Hi everyone and welcome to the second episode of my series Battles in History. This episode will be about the Battle of Cannae, one of the biggest failures in Roman history. Hope you enjoy it, and if so, please click the like button and leave a comment with what battle you want me to cover next. Enjoy! The Battle of Cannae was an important battle during the Second Punic Wars. The Second Punic Wars was between the Romans and the Carthaginians. It was the most important of all three Punic Wars and brought Rome close to defeat. Near the Apulian village Cannae, close to the river Aufidus, on the 2nd of August in 216 BC, the Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca brought a crushing defeat unto the Roman legions. The main cause of the defeat was a strategic misstep of the Roman politician and general Gaius Terentius Varro to wage an open war against Hannibal. According to Titus Livius, a Roman historian, around 48,000 Romans died during the battle, which took around 8 hours. The few thousands who did survive, however, were captured by Hannibal. After the defeat of a strong Roman army at the Battle of Lake Trasimene, a battle on June 21st in 217 BC between the Carthaginian and the Roman forces, the Roman general Quintus Fabius Maximus Verrucosus was avoiding open battle with Hannibal for a long time, hoping to exhaust the enemy who was operating far from their own country. Hannibal caught on to this tactic fairly quickly. His response was commanding his troops to systematically plunder smaller villages in the area, except for the farms who were owned by Quintus. This made the Senate in Rome accuse Quintus of conspiring and sharing the loot, resulting in him losing his position as consul. The Senate appointed a few new consuls. One of them was Gaius Terentius Varro, a young, over-encouraged general who, despite the doubts of his fellow consul Lucius Aemilius Paulus, decided to attack Hannibal frontally. The Senate gave the two consuls a new army, which Polybius, a Greek historian, described as follows. The Senate determined to bring 8 legions into the field, which had never been done at Rome before, each legion consisting of 5,000 men besides allies. Most of their wars are decided by one consul and 2 legions, with their quota of allies, and they rarely employ all 4 at one time and on one service. But on this occasion, so great was the alarm and terror of what would happen, they resolved to bring not only 4 but 8 legions into the field. Together with 2,400 Roman cavalrymen, these 8 legions formed the core of a huge new army. It is estimated that, along with the allied troops, the army was around 90,000 men strong. While the Romans put their best infantry at the front, as they always did, Hannibal put their relatively weak Iberian, Gallic and Celtic troops up front. He did, however, position his elite troops, the Libyans and the Carthaginians, on strategic places to prevent the Roman forces breaching his lines. While both sides had roughly around 10,000 cavalry units, the cavalry of Hannibal consisted mostly of Numidians, people from the north of Africa, which consisted mostly of strong cavalrymen. The battle began with hits from the cavalry on both flanks, where the Roman cavalry on the right flank was easily pushed away from the battle. The Carthaginian cavalry then attacked the Roman cavalry on the left flank, where up until now none of both parties achieved a clear advantage. Because the Roman cavalry was also being attacked in the back by now, they were massively fleeing the battlefield. A part of the Carthaginian cavalry went after these troops, while another part focused on regrouping behind the Roman enemy lines. In the meanwhile, the two front lines got into battle with each other, and while the center of Hannibal's front line was being pushed back, the Romans had the problem that their flanks were being pushed back, making it so that the Carthaginian troops got the form of a crescent. The Roman army was almost completely surrounded now. At the same time, the Carthaginian cavalry charged into the backs of the Roman forces to complete the massacre. The Romans were completely surrounded, and in the chaos which then formed, around 48,000 Roman soldiers were killed, while only 5,000 Carthaginian casualties fell. Lucius Aemilius Paulus also did not survive the battle. Titus Livius wrote on the Senate's reaction of the defeat, "Never when the city was in safety was there so great a panic and confusion within the walls of Rome. I shall therefore shrink from the task and not attempt to relate what in describing I must make less than the reality." The consul and his army having been lost at the Trasimenus the year before, it was not one wound upon another which was announced, but a multiplied disaster, the loss of 2 consular armies together with the 2 consuls. and that now there was neither any Roman camp, nor general, nor soldiery, that Apulia and Samnium, and now almost the whole of Italy, were in the possession of Hannibal. No other nation surely would not have been overwhelmed by such an accumulation of misfortune. For a while there was great panic in Rome. It was difficult to decide if Hannibal had enough troops to conquer Rome. At this time, however, Hannibal was celebrating his victory. Maharbal, the cavalry commander of Hannibal, spoke about the victory and pledged that they would attack Rome immediately. When Hannibal did not agree to this, Maharbal allegedly said this: "You know how to be victorious, Hannibal. To use the victory, however, you do not." Because of the high amount of casualties in the Carthaginian army, Hannibal did make the right choice. With the exception of Capua and Tarente, not many important cities chose the side of Hannibal. Sardinia did rise against Rome, however. The Romans went back to their strategy of slowly exhausting their enemies, the strategy of Quintus Fabius Maximus Ferocosus, which would be the right choice in the end. Gaius Terentius Varro did survive the battle. He probably had a lot of politically powered people around him, as he was never punished for the disaster at Cannae. He also stayed active in politics, became proconsul and propraetor, and even got an army under his command to defend Etruria. He ended his political career as ambassador. If you liked this video, please leave a comment, like the video, and maybe subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future.